Okay, this is the part where we start out, and I have checked to see that all the audio connections and everything are working. Let's see this dash start up. Love this part, as you all know. There we go, we're in tour mode. There she goes, she fires up. And you have the unbridled joy of watching me put on my gloves. Who wouldn't like that? A lot of writers cut this part out, but I think it adds to the drama. Maybe not. But anyhow, oh, speaking of adding to the drama, let's close the door to the man cave. I don't think we have too much to worry about here as far as any kind of break-ins or that kind of stuff, but we got critters, and I have my helmets in there and jackets, and it has happened that we get critters that crawl or walk in there, and they love to find these little tiny crevices and out of the way places. See, that's how you put on a glove, and nest in there, and then you walk in. Sometimes they live, sometimes they don't. Many times they don't, which even adds to all the fun. Yeah. And you walk in, all right, going down on the back brake, of course, and you walk in, and my jacket goes off. It tells me that we're hooked up and we're safe. So anyway, you walk in on them, and there they are. And when they're dead, they're nice and stinky, horrible smelling little guys. And if they're alive, they can either hop out at you, scare the Dickens out of you, as my grandma used to say. I guess that's named after Charles Dickens, the famous author. Or try and take a little chomp out of you. But that's why we close the garage door. That's a lot of talk about closing and opening garage doors, isn't it? So, people come in here. So we got a nice frosty day here, frosty by SoCal standards. And I don't have a pin lock on. Let's see if this dude sees me. Yeah, he does. And that just means we're going to have Fog City going on. Wearing my AGV, which is probably at this point in time my favorite glove, certainly my go-to. I wear it all the time. Favorite helmet, which is my go-to. I wear it all the time. All right, stop sign. Thank you. And certainly worn most of the time. Part of the reason is that it does have the love that we got. Oh man, so this is a bad time to go out, but part of the reason it already has all the gear attachments on it. I've got a GoPro connection on it, and I have my Cardo connection. All right, lady. Oh, she's going left. Who goes left here? That's a big one. And therefore it's easy to just hop into this puppy. All right, here's the deal. It is go pick up your kids at school time. This is really a bad time to be out. But this is a big deal. So that's why I'm in the AGV a lot. Take it easy on the bike. Not necessarily warmed up. I'm not going to fully latch the helmet because of those conditions that I was talking about. So, but why am I out riding at this normal time when I wouldn't normally come near the motorcycle and putting up with all this stuff? Well, let's get to that. Why am I out? Mirrors are a little vibey today. No, they're just schmutzy, a little dirty. So the reason that I am out, ladies and gentlemen, is I am making a huge announcement. Huge huge, huge, huge. Wow, what a crummy road. Cue the magnificent music. Ta-da! Nobody behind me. All right, what is the ta-da for? I won another motorcycle. Now, by the time this gets out, I will have released a video where I was riding my e-bike over to the gym yesterday, and because I was going to be doing that, I used that opportunity to make the announcement there. But really, the most appropriate place to make an announcement about winning a motorcycle is on another motorcycle, of course. So today we ride the mighty 2021 Tony Thunder Aprilia Tuono. In the motorcycle that I've had for 4 years and still enjoy greatly when I can ride it. It's been a couple of years as a garage queen, better part of 2 years as a garage queen, and still doesn't get the riding that perhaps someone else might have given it this time. But I'm getting back into the deal here. Oh, there's another rider. Boom, gotcha. So the deal is that let's go forward to go backward. No, let's go backward to go forward. So the deal is, flashback 2018, 7 years ago. A young man named Gary Cooper is in Santa Barbara, California, and doing what I do, and following a gentleman named Jaret Campisi. Jaret has a bike build series. One of the things I like about his build series and a couple of others is, as a minor guy who wrenches on his own, I like reading and learning and watching about how-tos on various things. Like you want to modify your own bike, what to look out for, that sort of thing, wrenches to use, sizes, sequence of taking parts on and putting them back off. And Jaret has done a very excellent job of that. So I won a motorcycle. What motorcycle? And what a motorcycle! Oh my God. It was a 2018 V4S Ducati, the first generation V4 configuration from Ducati, who are most famous, of course, for their L twins. You would say V twins, but they say no, Signore, that is not the V, that is an L. Anyhow, the very first edition of the V4S Ducati. Now I'll put a somewhere up here, I'll put a little card so that you can go back and watch part of that journey. I have a couple, certainly did a few vids about that. But the other thing to do, there's one car that they let out there. Come on, people. What are you trying to do? So that was quite the journey. Really exciting. It was relatively early on in Jaret's evolving bike build series, and the bike itself was just awesome, over the top. And he and his builder mechanic at the time, Rado, why am I at a loss for words? Well, how do you talk about winning a free motorcycle? Did a great job of documenting the build and what they did to it and things like that. I'm the guy that won it. And Jaret at the time was in Pennsylvania. Guess what? He's back in PA. He's back in Pennsylvania. And I was the guy who was selected in the drawing to win that particular machine. And I did a little video on that, of my first ride of that bike. And believe it or not, that video and the follow-up have garnered more than 1.5 million views. Believe it or not. Now, I don't do anything that adds nearly to that amount recently, but that was something special. And what was interesting about that video, when I first got it to write it, I had gone through a little bit of difficulty in registering it. So what I did is I just literally hopped on that machine, threw some music on the video, and published it. Turns out somebody else had the rights to that music. What the heck did I know? What do I know about all this stuff? And so it was never like monetized. Young man on an electric bike checking me out, saying if I had that, I'd be home that much quicker. So that was a lesson, and at the same time, it just introduced me to so many people around the world. And I had been doing videos before that, but it really launched my particular website, and began part of this journey that I end up here after a long time, 7 years later. Enjoyed that bike, enjoyed riding it very, very much for the better part of 3 years, and then sold it onward. And quite honestly, it was a sport bike. It was a lay-down sport bike, and I wouldn't be the normal demographic that Ducati would market that bike to, but I had it, really enjoyed it. Sold it on to a fellow named Tom Loudon in New Mexico, and shout out to Tom here. He's kept in touch with me, and we have chronicled each other's. His wife Tanya and I have both had a couple of medical journeys that we have been through. And shout out to Tanya as well, Tom, and he's been in touch. And he was one of the first guys to say congratulations on winning this latest motorcycle. Oh my gosh. Oh, what a great guy. And he's riding it. He's doing it justice, much more justice than I ever did. And it's been a pleasure to hang in with him all this time. So coming off of had that machine, and selling that machine allowed me to buy this one, the Tuono, 2021 Tuono, because I had a 2017 Tuono before this one. And selling that allowed me to upgrade and not get in a lot of trouble with Mrs. Cooper about wasting money on frivolous machines that incidentally might kill you. Although I wasn't killed. Just want to make that sure that that machine did not kill me. But it allowed me to do all that, and it's been fun carrying on. So now, 2 days ago, there's a drawing for his latest build, and guess what? Come on, Mr. Carr. Sometimes you just can't tell what people are going to do. So they drew my name. And woo, got some wind there, because it's like I say, it's cool, and every time I stop my visor fogs up. So they drew my name. And I feel sorry for Jaret, because I don't know that I'm the best choice for his channel as far as winning another motorcycle, you know, because I would think that would be better for him in general, that all of his winners are first time, and he can capture their reaction, and it's cool. But at the same time, I gotta respect, my name did come up out of thousands, and I have supported that channel. Well, I was gonna at more than 7 years, because I was a subscriber before I won the Ducati. So the dude is legit. The dude is legit. And I would say to all of you, certainly no way everybody is going to win a motorcycle watching Jaret Campisi, but he's legit. You've got as good a chance on his. In fact, not a very, it's really a relatively good, better chance in the lottery, just due to the numbers involved. But he's legit. He does what he says he'll do, and he watches out for his subscribers. So saying that, then, this latest machine is a MV Agusta. Now, it is a Brutale, and Brutale looks like brutal because it is the same word, brute. All right, stop there. Yeah, we did. We meet that. That brutal is from, but in Italian, brutal It can be brutal. Oop, don't do that very often. That was my fault. And brutal can also mean raw, like untamed and raw. Brutale, an animal in the wild, they might describe as brutale. And the Brutale is called that because it is a naked, it's nowadays referred to as a super naked, and it is pretty raw. It's all motor, a little bit of frame thrown on top of it, and very, very high performance machine without too much in the way of comforts going on. Although in this day and age, with the electronics that are available, they do have all the other things that most motorcycles do. I'll find out more about that later on, and I'll keep you informed. But there's going to be different settings for speed and that sort of thing on the machine. So the Brutale will fit into the category of the Tuono, except that the Tuono has 165 horsepower. The Brutale, according to Jaret, has 210, which is only a mere 45 or so more horsepower. And the Brutale, the Tuono at 165 is, you know, all you want to be, folks. It's fast enough to get the job. And so the Brutale is even more. The thing about the MV Agustas is they are renowned for their lightweight build. Now, continuing on with this story, and if I'm boring you, I'm sorry, but what the heck. Next time you win a motorcycle, you try to get it done in 5 minutes. So I did have an MV Agusta Brutale. It was, I told Jaret I think it was a 2015, but I believe it might have been a 2014. Back in the day, 2015, whatever. And the MV Agustas, particularly that little Brutale, was so light. I mean, it's like that's one of the other things that keys to their performance is that they got lots of horsepower and virtually no weight. So these things are obvious from the standpoint of how to build a sports bike, but MV Agusta has unlocked the secret of building a very lightweight, high-performance machine. Woo! So I wonder how many manholes they can put on one street. I think there's kind of a contest going on here. Why? I don't know, but there is. So that is part of their secret. They just build them so lightweight and so beautiful. And that Brutale was the lightest weight machine I've ever owned. Now I'm going to do a comparison on the specs between the Tuono and the Brutale, and we'll get down into some oh geez, do I love that downshifter. Oh, there's a fellow over there. Yeah, he doesn't hear me. Would have loved to have given him a little bit of a biker's wave. He didn't see me. So I'll do some comparisons, but I'm sure it'll be lighter than the Tuono because that's what they do, and I look forward to that. Most riders will appreciate a little more lightweight in their builds. It makes them more maneuverable and obviously a little more performance oriented. So I did have a Brutale. It was a 3-cylinder version. Loved that little machine, and they are. It was beautiful, and the MV Agustas are also beautiful. MV Agusta had a renowned product designer who worked at the firm for many years, and his motorcycle designs are legendary in terms of checking the boxes for good looks and design aesthetic. Compact design and well put together. Now the wrap on the MVs was always about their reliability. I must say, with one exception, I had pretty good reliability history with my own particular machine. There was one time when a fork seal broke, and being a small company without much distribution, they didn't really have a USA warehouse. And that took a while to get that part. But fork seal leaked and got fork oil all over me and the bike, of course. But that was one issue, and I had it for a couple, 3 years, rode it fairly regularly, and enjoyed riding it. So I'm no stranger to the brand. Looking forward to seeing this machine. We'll keep you all up to date on the riding experience, the actual logistics of getting a motorcycle from cross country, and as much as I can without getting too private, also some of the things that I know people are pretty interested in, which would include like licensing and insurance and that kind of jazz. So I do want to be transparent about that, and I think it's kind of fun to share that with people. Okay, heading into Wistful Vistas again. This is the famous Santa Luz. Let's see if this thing picks up my transponder. It does. Let's give this fellow a wave. Yes, sir, I'm here. Now we have to be careful because we have that massive 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. So I'll keep you all informed in that. And that's going to be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. Now I'm going to make a controversial statement right now, and that is, even though Tony Thunder has a Krapovich exhaust and is loud, you'll hear this, you would hear this coming from a distance away. So Tony's pretty loud. The MV Agusta on the video, and Jaret has warned me that this thing is loud, is like loud beyond. And I love motors. I love the sound of motors, especially one, the V4, like the Tuono. I love all that stuff. But I gotta say, there's a limit to where that's gonna be. So I know it's blasphemy and controversial, but many times these exhausts come with baffles, and the first thing people do is take out the baffles. But I may actually put the baffles back in to suit my own taste. Sorry, but that's how it is. So just be aware of that possibility, and we'll see how that all turns out. If I had any concern at all about that machine, it would be just how loud is loud. The other thing to mention about it is there's any number of modifications, and it's all been done at Camphill, which is a dealership near where Jaret has relocated back in Pennsylvania. Lives in a beautiful home, shares his lifestyle with everybody, and looking forward to receiving it, looking at getting on riding it and things like that. But with all those modifications, what comes along with that is a little bit of the responsibility and the knowledge that, hey, that machine, thank you, mister, this is somebody being very nice to me, thank you. With all those modifications and everything on that machine, it is not like your everyday MV Agusta, which in turn is not like your everyday motorcycle. So there will be some things to look at in regards to that. I am sure they've all been put on with care and precision, but you need to be aware that they're there, and that certain things as far as the maintenance and the upkeep and their how to check on them and keep them all working well during and before and after you're riding, etc. That's going to be a little different perhaps than what you come into. Let's just lean her right over here. Wow, what a huge guy. Did you feel Motogp there? There will be some differences to that, and that's going to warrant some taking a look at. But can't wait to see it. So doggone excited, and just really still in heavy disbelief. Sorry that this vlog went on as long as it did, but as I say, if you want a motorcycle, you would also be taking your time, and who could blame me? All right, so bye for now. Let's see, do I wave this way or that way? By the way, it's trash day. I apologize for the trash cans out. Bye for now. I'll be keeping you up to date. I'm going to get this video up as soon as I can, as much as I did the e-bike, so that all my impressions and everything, after having just been drawn by the redoubtable Mr. Jaret Campisi, whose links will be listed below, can hopefully get a little bump out of this as well, and some enjoyment. I know he loves building these bikes, and I know he loves giving them away too, so I think he'll like that. He'll probably like seeing part of this ride. Anyhow, thank you, Jaret. Thank you. Enjoy it, and to all my friends and family out there, yes, it did happen again. We are back on a Campisi Customs motorcycle for all the good and all the bad that implies, and I will be keeping everybody informed. Let's go into, it's always easier to get neutral when you're just got a little bit of roll along here. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, we got neutral, and drop the stand here, lay the bike over without dropping it, and yes, old guy steps off and steps back. My jacket goes off, and there we have it, the 2021 Aprilia Tuono with the Akrapovic exhaust, and soon to come the 2022 MV Agusta, as heavily modified by Jaret Campisi. Thank you all. Talk to you later.